Japan, Part 102. Because Japan is a rapidly modernizing country with a dual economy of modern and less modern sector, workers in larger companies are elite with better training, more security, and better working conditions than the workers in small companies that are less modern. Employees in large companies therefore have felt privileged to be there. Furthermore, since companies were most formed by the managers rather than independent owners, workers have no rich capitalist class above them, but only a managerial class whose style of life is not so different from their own. Japanese executives feel that not only American company owners but managerial staff have given themselves too many emoluments compared to what they gave workers. This modest differential between the managers and workers of a given age tend to reinforce the workers' sense of identification with the firm. In some areas, unions have engaged in long disruptive strikes, but in all such cases, workers were not afraid of company losses through strikes. Local government employees, public school teachers, national and private railway workers, workers in the government monopolies like tobacco, and in the early post-war period, mine workers have fought militantly, but they all share common characteristics. They are convinced that disruptions will not endanger the future of their organization. Government employees know that taxes can be used to raise their wages and improve their conditions regardless of the effectiveness and the efficiency of their government unit. Private railway workers know that company income is determined by the rate structure, which can be adjusted if wages are increased. And in the early post-war period, when coal was the main source of energy, and the government provided necessary subsidies to provide coal companies, workers were not afraid that the militant struggle would weaken the competitiveness of their company. In the late 1950s, when coal companies were going out of business because of their decline of available resources, miners struck because they knew they wanted the best possible settlement, backed by the government support for declining industry. In ordinary companies where workers identify with the long-run interest of the company, strikes have been virtually unknown once the occupation ended and the economy returned to the normal in the early 1950s. With growing affluence and full employment in the late 1960s, many young Japanese became confident of their ability to earn a living even if they should leave their present company. And this attitude threatened company discipline. Many worried managers therefore fought harder than ever to maintain company solidarity. At the height of rapid growth, when unemployment was less than 1% and many company employees could have found work elsewhere, they still remained in their company. Since the oil shock of 1973, with renewed fears of depression and increased unemployment, workers have felt especially dependent on their company, and discipline has improved further. Although the Japanese standard of living is now on par with that of the most advanced countries in the world, affluence has not ended hard work. Even the public sector, there have been few debilitating strikes in the recent years.